Episode 2 of the Big Time podcast. We're going to go ahead.
Sponsored by, they're bringing back Heelys for old people. When you're on the move, you're on the go. Heelys, feel the burn. It's for old people. They're trying to eliminate walkers and old people. I saw one flying the other day, just flying by.
All you got to do,
I can't stop.
lean back and give them a push, and off they go.
And I look at that old man and I go, right on, dude.
He doesn't even know where he's going.
Yeah. Easy to burn out than to fade away. That's what I'm saying. And then the song comes on, and I was like, ah.
I heard that they got specialized wheelies for specific types of mental illness.
Special people? Oh, yeah.
Like schizophrenic wheelies, where one shoe doesn't have a wheelie on it.
Hey, man, you see my other wheel? Could you spare a wheel?
I know you've got my other wheel, man.
Yeah.
I saw you take it.
Oh, God.
And then they got the bipolar wheelies where the hinge is not locked, so you don't know what's going to happen with it. It could be rolling one minute, and the next minute you're flipping.
You could be walking.
Yeah, you could be walking. Who knows?
You could be skipping.
You could be walking 1 second and then slipping the next. It's more fun that way. These actually help
Some people prefer it that way.
They actually help you develop a mental illness if you wear them constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Which is all the rage kids nowadays.
That's why I make sure I keep a spare wheelies in my backpack.
What specialization do you wear?
The antidepressant wheelies, and I always keep one in my backpack. And yeah, sometimes I wear them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes you get too drunk and you're just like,
I prefer the Alzheimer wheelies myself. You know, because that way I don't even remember putting them on. It's a breeze.
Long walks to the market.
I look down at my feet and I wonder why there's these things on my feet that aren't shoes.
Goddamn things on my feet.
Who made this grocery list?
Skechers?
They don't make that brand anymore? I thought it was still on the shelf. Huh. Where's Billy?
Oh, there he goes.
This guy.
Is it disgust? Is disgusting spelled the same way?
Disgustables.
I know, but is it spelled the same way?
Disgustables?
As disgusting?
No, disgusting has a G.
Oh, okay.
Disgusting. Like, it's so bad that it makes your gut wrench.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
All right.
But yeah, revolution or death.
It's hard. It always is.
I always get about 90%, and then I'm like, yeah, that's good.
About 90% is yeah, it's pretty.
I'm like, yeah, leave it there. I don't need to finish that. And then it's just like slowly wears out. You know, you see it slowly deteriorate because you didn't finish it, whatever it is.
Yeah, and there's something about that. Like, I kind of don't want to finish it.
Why?
I don't know. I get lazy like right at the end. I think half of it, in a lot of cases, for me anyway, it's just the fact that it's all done with practice, but the biggest aim for me, or my biggest, like, not letdown, but like, is what you've envisioned,
your expectations,
making something out of, not the expectations, but when you have a idea and you're like, it's got to come out like this. Is that expectation? I don't think it's expectation, but it's hard to translate. It's a little too hard to translate, and it's just like, sometimes I try really hard to get it right on the nose, where it's just like, no, this is its purpose. This is what it's supposed to.
And when you're being
like,
creative, you know, it's easy to set the bar too high. It's so easy to do that because you don't know what's going to happen when you're making something that you've never made before, especially if there's no instructions for it and you're just kind of going off the seat of your pants. Like this thing, I don't know what I'm doing, so I've left myself with very, very broad parameters to follow. It's more like an operating system that's that I use in order to create, instead of creating to create you know what I mean? Instead of creating towards a specific goal, or like a vision. I'm letting the vision come from
Mm-hmm.
the creativity itself, like freestyling, whatever.
Yeah. All
Well, I
right,
mean,
coach.
I know you know how to do that too.
Where you get those feelings? No, I know. I hear it all the time. When you hear people make anything, like, I get, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just a lot of
Can
people
you repeat
leave a
that
lot of room
one more time?
for a lot of people. Like when people when you hear about a song like one of these new classic songs, they're like, "So how'd you come up with this?" They're like, and I mean, I just vibed with it, or I just heard the tempo in my head, and then or I heard the song and I just started rapping through it, and I'm like, it happens
Yeah,
that
like
way.
Mac DeMarco does that.
That method works a lot better than
He's just like,
yeah.
these are terrible
Work.
songs, but they're kind of fun.
It's complicated.
It can be,
Mm.
but it doesn't have to be complicated. I mean, if you take
Oh, it does.
if you
There you
take
go.
what you're doing and then go back and take a look at it again, and then once you're done looking at it, go back and take a look at it again and see if you really like it.
Yeah.
And if you don't, change it. But it's not what, like, I don't want to do this for the fan base. I want to do it for myself and anybody else who wants to listen to
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it. You could do a lot. You could go a lot of places with this.
it.
Best thing is that you could take it with you.
Yeah, I can go anywhere with it and just like turn the phone on and start recording.
Yeah.
And audio files don't take up a lot of space, so I can do a lot of them.
Pedophiles do. Oof. Those guys those get caught with like a ton of
Yeah,
cheese pizza, and they're like just for storage of it.
I was just storing it on my hard drives
No, it's not what it looks like. It's just a whole
as he's smashing it with a
rented
hammer.
a uh, rented a whole storage unit. That's not mine. I don't even know how I got there.
Sir, it's in your name. That's not my name. I changed my name.
Oh yeah, like that one guy. I was just hearing that one guy was trying to make 3 separate accounts for like a petty ticket.
Should have used
He was like, I'm
NordVPN.
not this guy. I'm that guy. Yeah, there it is.
No,
One of our sponsors.
not yet.
Yeah, ignore VPN.
Ignored VPN. Log into the
When you
service.
just don't want to when you just don't want to bother.
It turns off your internet as soon as you log into it. So you don't even have to
Yep.
browse.
Sit down in a room with the light on, just drink a coffee, black screen,
Staring at the no connection.
listening to the cricket. Yeah, that's good.
You won't even have to reset your router because it doesn't mess with any of your router setting. It just simply
In fact, it's all
disconnects you from the internet so you don't have to bother with all that stress
ignore VPN.
for those who want an alternative to internet.
Oof, sometimes I feel a certain way sleeping with my phone
You mean just next to you?
like next
Yeah.
to me. Yeah, I'm like, what's this thing doing? I feel my blood kind of moving.
It does emit high frequency transmissions frequently.
So I leave it on. I put it right on my chest.
That's fine. I mean, they're not going to hurt you, but they
Oh.
will interfere with your body's electromagnetic field. But you won't
Yeah, that
notice.
doesn't sound right. Yeah.
Have you seen those people who
Yep.
do body modifications where they put like a magnet in their finger? Have you
Yeah.
seen that?
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
like it's interesting because you can detect, you can pick up loose screws for one thing, and like drop
Yep.
stuff. If you're a mechanic, it's helpful. Also, if you're an electrician, high voltage cables, the electromagnetic field from the high voltage affects the magnet and vibrates in the tip of your finger, so you can tell where current's going, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean that guy would be awesome in a work site,
Yeah,
you know.
and it's a simple modification.
Just
Small little magnet.
get a whole hand that's made out of rub it on your
Just replace your
computer.
bones with magnets.
Yeah. I mean, you got to wonder when they're gonna make metal wheels. I mean, they already do, but with like a metal outline.
You mean like a train?
Get your whole hand. Yeah, like a train.
Oh, except without
But I
rails.
don't think. Yeah, get your whole hand stuck on the ground. Or it attracts. You're attracted to a bus or something. I don't know. I don't think there's any. I don't know. I don't know that logic, man.
or it's like proximity activated
Bring this-
electromagnet.
Yeah,
They only turn on when you're near.
that's what I tell them.
Ooh, daddy's home.
Excuse me, miss. Daddy's home.
Make sure the electromagnets are ready. Time for my evening
They're getting
session.
me all charged. Getting me charged up.
You know how I like my charge in the afternoon.
You're late for your appointment.
Right this way, sir. Through this door. Just have a seat, and the electromagnetic technician will be with you in a moment.
It's just the Asian parlor. Hello.
No, she just talks like this because she's afraid if she talks too loud, she'll get beat.
Oh, yes. Wash my electric feet.
Get all that excess iron
Yeah.
off of them.
That feels good. Well,
Turn up the voltage.
metal daddies. Higher.
I can't even get a reading that's so low.
Metal daddy, or whatever electric what?
Metal
It's just
daddy.
I just imagine like a magnet dad with a hat, metal hat, got a briefcase, looks all metal like
sunglasses. Like
Yeah.
they don't even have sunglasses. They're just metal.
magnet.
Can't see
whatever.
through them.
Yeah. The giant.
Yeah, stainless steel. He's got a chainmail suit of armor on, but it looks like a suit.
Yeah.
It looks like a suit, with a tie and everything.
Yeah, it looks
It's
like
like a blazer, but it's made out of
suit.
chainmail.
Excuse me, my metal child's calling. Hello, son.
Hey, Dad!
Ha 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 ha.
When are you coming home, Dad?
Just leaves.
Dad!
Oh yeah. I like how the name reflects not much.
What name?
Big Time. It's very like calm.
It's just big time.
Yeah.
It's
And I was
it's
also
a 1920s phrase, I think.
Yeah.
We're in the
Big
big
time.
time now, boys.
hopefully we don't get copywritten for Big Time Rush.
Well, that's why you put a Y in there.
Yeah.
I saw you do that, and I'm
Big
like,
Time
that
Rush.
man.
Big Time Rush, man. Remember that group?
Yeah, that's Trina said she listened. She called me this morning and said she listened to my podcast and that she liked it. And I said, "Oh, that's nice." And she's like, "I like your name too, Big Time. I like that show. You know that show, Big Time Rush? That's my show."
Hey everybody, I'm on the phone with Big Time. Everybody crowds.
And I'm like, "Yeah, that's nice. I guess it's a show."
Oh my God, is
I
that
said,
Big
"I'm
Time?
aware. I think that's Big Time
just
over
up-
there."
Just a bunch of people clapping and whistling. Woo!
I need to get some of those soundboard things, like applause, like
Oh, yeah.
heavy applause, and then like ecstatic applause.
Get one with the camera shutters. The
Yeah, with like reporters in the background. Sir, can you answer a few questions for us? I was thinking about making my own, actually.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
You know, make them a little specific to whatever context I'm using, for whatever context
Yeah.
I'm using, so it like has a residual. It synthesizes. It melts.
No, it's
It
so
melts like
good.
a piece of cheese on a sirloin steak burger.
Oh no. I just had some tuna casserole. Man, that cheese. You don't like tuna, huh? Hello? Hello.
Hello.
You been playing guitar?
I played some this morning.
What?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of afternoon delight. A
Just
little
a
morning.
couple G's, maybe a D, and then a few C's in between both of those other ones.
True.
Slight transitions between the three as I move throughout.
You don't want to wake everybody up.
Well, everyone was up,
Everybody wakes up dancing.
right? I don't want to sound too good, you know.
That's why I play quietly alone.
I don't play because I'm too good.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped playing. I'm so good that I don't need to play anymore.
I'm done playing. Oh yeah, I don't play
Well,
around
the thing
no
is,
more.
if you heard me play, you'd never want to hear anybody else play guitar ever because I'm that good.
Yeah, you just started talking like 2 years ago because everybody was just like, "Nah, I want to hear the guitar," and you're like, oh, "Fine."
Yeah, I know. It was such a
You
burden.
had to regain your vocal cords.
Yeah, all I did was play.
Yeah.
That's what my life consisted of. Like, that's how I ate. That's how I worked. That's how I made love. It
Yep.
was just the lifestyle. And
It was rough because it's like you go to McDonald's and you're like, "Oh, can I get a? Can I get a?"
There's only a few letters in the notation, like A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and you can't spell all the words with just those amount of letters.
Yeah.
So
GFCB.
you're very limited,
You're like,
and then eventually you have to learn how to speak in code, and nobody else knows that way to speak. So it's very lonely being the best at guitar,
guitar, for example.
being the guitar man, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling that a lot of people feel that way though.
That they're the best,
I mean, it's
or
got
that I'm the best.
no that they're the best.
Oh, well, they don't know.
And
They
that's
haven't
where
heard me.
comes from.
If only I could be that narcissistic.
That's where my career ended.
Life would be.
I was like, I'm the best. I'm the best.
I can't
Let me
get
just
any
walk into
better.
oh, I just fell asleep. Oh,
Is that right when you
oh
came?
God, why?
You're like, I'm the best.
Yeah, I'm the best around.
Oh.
I explode.
I got Mr. Mordecai on the schedule for Saturday afternoon.
True.
Gonna-
Is that him?
Gonna interview him, see how he likes to live his life and how much of a drastic
Oh, that guy is
difference
salt
it is
light.
than anybody else I know. You know, it's a very unique solo
Dolo.
transient lifestyle, and he makes
That
it
guy
work.
is.
He makes it fucking work.
I know.
It's I got a lot of respect for that. It's inspirational.
He's like what's that guy? Bream.
Neil Breen.
Walking through Neil Breen. All the laptops. Puts the thing on the car, the hood of the car. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm calling one of the satellites. I'm like, Jesus. He's like, yeah, I can't drive around without my FX radio.
He's just got it all figured
Real
out.
handy
you know?
guy.
Like, not really, but literally. The things that he needs to figure out fall at his feet. Like instruction manual sent from heaven.
Yeah, I know.
Mostly Google, I'm pretty sure.
I learned from him to read the instructions.
Follow them. If you
man.
read them first and then follow them.
But when I'm working with somebody, let's say like a real man, like a man, I'm like, hey, here's the instructions. Just start slowly edging them towards their face. Get that shit off! I got this.
That's famous
I'm
last
like,
words
what?
right there. I got it.
I'm like, well, why don't you just read the manual?
I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, yeah. Telling me, ding dong, bing dong.
You seen that meme where the guy's like yelling at the kitten with a cigarette in his hand?
No.
He's like, and the kitten's going, meow.
Oh yeah,
He's like pointing fingers at him with a cigarette in his hand. Angry Korean guy.
Yeah.
I like that one. Oh,
yeah.
There's an iguana creeping up. He's green as grass.
Just a cool monster.
Yeah, he's pretty neat.
Yeah, I was speaking to Daniel one time.
Uh-huh.
This is the last guy you had, and he was like, he made the perfect kind of like observation about like cross-eyed people, and he's like, yeah, they all look like what's that one reptile?
Oh, the chameleon.
A chameleon's like, don't look at me with chameleon eyes, man. I'm like, yeah, exactly right, because it really does get on my nerves. It's one of those pet peeves where I'm just like come on,
you
dude.
remember Lena's sister?
Lena?
Yeah. When James and
Oh yeah.
Forgot what her name was.
Yeah.
She had that
Lena's
lazy eye,
sister.
and I asked her about it one day. Don't you remember? And she was like, "Oh, I could have got it fixed. I went to a course, a class, therapist to get it fixed, but I didn't want to do it anymore. I couldn't. I had no words for that woman.
Oh,
that poor girl lost the perfect
Lazy
opportunity
girl.
to be a normal girl.
Yeah.
But now she's gonna be one of those girls that hangs out in the corner of an adult movie theater, trying to mind her own business because she doesn't know where she is.
You best not ask me for nothing.
And that one eye will just start looking over at somebody, and they'll get the wrong idea.
Best not ask me nothing, man, because that gets on my nerves, man. I'm like, you know what's wrong with your face. You know what's wrong with that eye.
You have to be
Don't
able
ask
to
me.
see it.
Yeah. I want to ask so bad.
Do it next
I'm like,
time.
what are you looking at?
Can you see me?
Are you seeing through me?
If I put my hand over here, how many fingers am I holding up? Tell me while you're looking at my face. Look me in the eye and
Yeah.
tell me how many fingers I'm holding up.
Get it together.
2 and 2 makes 3.
I'm not over there. I'm not up.
I'm over here. Hey, hey. You start
Not down.
snapping your fingers. Hey, over here, over here.
I just see like everybody else. Get out of here, dude.
You're looking over there. Quit looking over there. There's nothing over there.
What are you looking at over there?
I looked over there a second ago, and there's absolutely nothing over there to be looked at.
This is just rude.
I mean, the nerve of this person looking all
Yeah, I
over
work
the
with one.
place. How bad is it? Does it?
The audacity to look at me in the face.
Is it always that way, or does it like correct itself sometimes?
Never.
Oh, it's just permanent.
Oh, they just think it's perfect.
Damn. I mean, you know, there's some beauty in it, but they can't see it.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Don't burn too many bridges, dude.
Oh god.
How many cross-eyed people do you see in the entertainment business? I'll say about 50%.
50%.
Yeah.
If the other 50% is first contact.
Is wear like some shell on their
My
eye.
son's cross-eyed sometimes. They get stuck. Like he watches the phone like real close to his face, and then like when you take it away from him, he's like, dude, they just stay that way.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting that whole thing too. I'm becoming what I hate.
Well, life is just one long experience of falling apart slowly. That's all we do.
Tell them.
We don't really survive. We just kind of like slow down the deterioration of the body. Pieces fall off every day. My hair's falling out. Oh man.
Walking through the market with just a bag of hair, skin falling off.
Everywhere, dude. Everybody's doing it, and like nobody wants to talk about it because it's gross.
There's a special on peaches.
Like washing your hands to clean their hands is actually just destroying skin cells. It's cool because they grow back, but eventually one day they won't. You'd be dead.
It's crazy. One follicle by one. It's just ugh.
There's bacteria that live in your eyeball that are like pooping everywhere, right in front of your face, man. Just like they don't even care. Like
wake up every day, gross.
No shame.
Every day. Yeah, just
take a shower and you're worse off than when you didn't.
Yeah, you walk into a room, it's terrible.
We live in our own filth, and we've got means to do it. You know, there's stuff that we can obtain in this society that is advertised to protect your body, and it works as advertised to an extent because you don't really need
the trade-off.
You don't. Well, the trade-off is you gotta run the rat race to get it. You gotta have money to go buy it, and then if they have it, if they don't have it, you gotta go somewhere else to get it. And
you gotta manage it with something else.
Once you start using it, you shouldn't stop because now your body's used to it, and quote unquote.
But it makes my teeth too chalky.
It restores enamel. All out. You can't stop it. I don't understand why people give their children with baby teeth fillings. Why put that child? Why put that child through that kind of experience where a middle-aged to elderly man with power tools is got their mouth wide open, drilling into their cavities? Like, why would you want to subject your child to that? I don't understand it.
Now I want it. I want it done now.
You do?
Not as a kid. As a kid, it just dentist was annoying, but now it's just like I need tooth repair, and then it's just like too much money.
Yeah, I mean, like we're brought up in our childhood to like told to go get a job and get money so that you can have a family, so that they can grow up and get jobs and make money, so that they can have a family, and so on and so forth. And there's no
they can put it in a bank,
and they can invest and make more money to continuously suffer from lack of stimulus. Like it's not work. Like there's a difference between like work, like a job, and a vocation. Farming is a vocation. You can support yourself and your family through farming. It's self-supporting. Working in an office building as a lawyer's assistant or even a lawyer that's just to make money so that you can keep being a lawyer to make money. It's like a dead end
Which,
kind of thing.
yeah, but I mean,
And
that
there's
guy,
a lot of jobs that are like that people just have, and they just go get them because they're open, they're hiring. Like,
when you get that job, you're like, thank God. When you get any open position for anything, any hiring,
yeah,
you feel like, oh, dude, the light
I
of
got
God has
lucky.
shined. Yeah.
Yeah, but really, it's just you filling the position of the last person who did it because it's
Mm-hmm.
necessary for that company to make money. So in order
Oh,
to
and
do
people,
that, they have to hire employees and pay the employees so the employees can make money to pay the business so that the business makes money. It's just as what is
big damn
referred to
machine,
as the machine.
big dad corporations.
Where have you been? It's all right. We know where you've been. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
all
that's
it's all stuff that they say is necessary that we like, oh, you gotta have the newest cell phone because it's got this and that and the other thing. Or you gotta eat this newest diet food because it's lower in whatever or has differences than real food. And you don't have time to cook a home meal because you gotta go to work.
oh yeah, man. It's all for the it's all for the machine, man. It's all for man.
And
It's all
so
for this
being
machine got my mama addicted to pills.
yeah, this machine
Got
got me addicted to masturbation. Matter of fact.
masturbation,
Matter of fact.
uh, uh,
Drugs,
uh,
alcohol,
affiliations,
uh,
concentration, definition, what have you,
entertainment, uh, television,
entertainment, uh,
radio transmission,
you name it. I mean, I just can't wait till America just becomes a spaceship.
and like
You
leaves
know what
us
I
here.
mean? Like this is,
I'm staying.
yeah,
I ain't going.
no, it actually like floats away from the Earth.
Like the continent.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and this is what we did it for.
Huh. Magnets, probably.
Magnets. I'm just like, yeah,
Well, I think sometimes people die and they don't really get death in its fullest. They don't get to experience death, so they get put back. You know what I mean?
man,
And they don't remember
don't touch
anything.
that one.
They just get thrown back in
Yeah.
it. This one's not ready, or they don't decide. You decide if you're ready or not. And if you don't make that decision, that's because you don't know.
Yeah, there's something worse than not knowing, being undecisive.
Yeah, because if you knew what you were gonna do, then you'd be your soul would be aligned with the universal soul, and you wouldn't even have to think about it. You just it wouldn't even be a decision. It would already be done.
Yeah, that's the experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, just uh,
But we don't. Nobody gets that experience genuinely from everyday life anymore in this country. Third world countries are a little different because like it sucks over there, and death's a lot more common
yeah, but there's a lot,
in younger
more
people.
nothing going on.
Right. So what do? They fill that nothing with.
What can you do with nothing?
Well, you got to do something. I mean, you can't.
Oh, you'd be
You
surprised, man. There's some places where you,
play with
yeah,
sticks, run from
yeah,
jaguars.
jaguars. Uh, dude, I've seen some pretty, depressed cows out there.
Yeah.
No one, no one's. I'm like, is that your cow? No. What was he doing? He's got a leash and everything. I don't know, walking down the road.
It's not my
Uh,
cow. What do you think? A cow's happier in a cage or out in the field when eat both of those situations? There's no humans around it. You think it's happier in either one of those
I think it's happier when it's in my belly. No, I'm sorry.
when it's dead?
It has to be, bro. Just
You think it's happier without us?
no, can't be. I don't know. Cow's a hard
I
one,
think
man.
it's circumstantial.
Penguins is one thing. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of animals flourish without humans, or you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You see them do their own thing.
Mushrooms do it exceedingly well.
Yeah,
They've been doing it for millennia.
chickens, even chickens. Oof. chickens run.
Yeah, they make those things called eggs, and the eggs make more
Yeah,
chickens.
and it's just they love it.
It's
They
fascinating.
love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't have to love it. That's what they
that's
do.
what they do. Yeah, make holes in the ground, just sleep in it.
They're born to do it.
But I've never seen such a happier creature.
How do you know it's
Oh,
happy?
I just know the attitude, man.
Well, what's the difference between a happy and an unhappy chicken?
Oh, I mean, you put one in a cage.
Is it behavior
Yeah,
change?
I don't know. I don't know.
It does-
I don't really
Oh,
think it has a thing. That's the thing. Is these animals are now. Penguin has personality.
but their happiness is it functions off of their instincts. I think, like solely off of instinct is where animals' happiness comes from because they don't think; they just act.
Yeah,
So if they're in fear of their life, I don't think they'd be happy.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, and sometimes you know what I mean. The caged animal is a lot more safer and or whatever. Sometimes I guess.
Safer from what?
I think if you when you see an animal and its environment and it's sleeping, I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's happy.
It's at
Yeah.
rest. It's very peaceful. There's nothing more peaceful. The most peaceful act a human or anything can do is sleep.
Oh yeah, dude. You ever see a lion sleep? Oof, like an angel.
It's so peaceful. And there's no reason to disturb it because that would mean you're disturbing the peace, man.
Yeah.
You ever see like a homeless guy sleeping? Don't wake him up and be like, "Hey, you
Oh, those guys
hungry?"
aren't sleeping, man. Those guys are vamped.
They're
Yeah,
burning.
yeah. They're hiding from the sun. I saw one of the night
Um,
walkers the other day just from the tree. Hey, you know what time it is? I'm like, it's like 3 hours from sunset. And they're like, oh,
and then you look back at him and he's
yeah,
gone.
it's weird. Weird walk.
Hey man, why don't you follow me real quick? I gotta
But
show
dude,
you
one of them
something.
just walked
No, I'm
behind me.
good.
He emerged from my shadow. I was like, hey man, you got $1. I'm like, holy shit, dude, no. God, why don't you try walking? You know what I'm saying? This guy flew near me.
Why don't you get a
That's what I should
job?
have said. No, it has $1. Mhm. You know what I'm saying? Just one of
What
those,
has a
huh?
dollar?
A paycheck. Okay. And just walked away.
Oh, oh, hit him with it. Hit him with it
Yeah.
hard. Let him know what you meant when you say it. Make sure that he understands.
Yeah, this job is not oof. And then you see people
We need
you
to
see people
go
getting
ahead.
bored. Here's the thing that podcasts have done. They to a very delusional type of consumer, you know what I'm saying? Very secluded kind of crab person. A lot of these things cater to them. It's just like, oh, these are my actual friends, or I feel like you guys are my actual friends, and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, when all you do is like get up and listen to crap on the internet, you just like develop like this kind of bond. Well, ¿dónde? Yeah, ¿dónde? Oh, okay, okay. But yeah,
Keep
but
going.
yeah, like you know what I mean? So a lot of these fan bases have like a bond to them. Like a lot of it is die hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm just saying, it's just like a lot of these things I feel connected to, and they're not even there. It's just like podcasts have really taken over in a weird way where it attaches to people, which is entertainment attached to people in a strange way. People feel a lot more
Hmm.
closer to bullshit. They don't really have no fucking no. They
Input.
have no fucking like a connection to no reach towards. It's like I feel like I know some of these people, but at the same time, it's like this is not believable.
You
Yeah.
only get so close, as close as want you to
Yep.
get, which is not very.
I mean, try so.
And they can say they're being real and genuine, but how do you really know that
Yep.
they are? There's a stigma that comes with recording yourself. I've noticed, and it's like you gotta say something good. Like there's a thing in the back of my head. It's like say something meaningful, or say something that's gonna wake somebody up,
Yeah.
or say something that's gonna matter. And I fight it
Yeah. I
constantly
hope that goes away.
when I'm recording. But what I noticed is that when I listen to myself, I can hear myself fighting that, and I can also hear myself giving into it.
Yeah.
And those moments are easy to spot when you're editing it, but like what it showed me is that I do this stuff. That behavior happens subconsciously every day, all day long, whether I'm recording something or not. I'm thinking about saying the right thing or saying the wrong thing or not saying the wrong thing. And
Editing yourself.
it stifles my creativity,
Yeah.
man. It gets me in a bind to where I can't move. I can't run. I can't walk. I just get stuck in a little bubble of the right way to do things. And it's not true at all. The perception that there's a right way to
You
do things.
question.
Because there is no right or wrong way to do anything. You just do it.
Yeah.
And if you do it well, then you did it well. Move on.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to put a landmark there because you did the right thing.
You question the legitness of it.
Of what?
When you listen back to the recordings and you have an idea and you're just like, oh, a lot of this stuff is like stuff I have never said. A lot of this stuff is just like, oh, have thought about stuff, or I can think about things deeply or something. I just, don't communicate. Or it might be
Absolutely.
a little too much for the time, or it's not an inappropriate time.
Or I'll put too much on
Yeah.
my plate. I'll set something up that's way over my head and I know nothing about, and then fall short immediately
Yep.
after doing it. And it's funny. Don't get me wrong; it's hilarious to watch it crash and burn, and that means that there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that behavior. But does it get me anywhere closer to where I want to be? I don't know. I'm not really aiming it anywhere right now. I decided that the other day I was going to start doing something with my day instead of watching YouTube videos and hanging out with myself in my head. And that's what I'm doing right now. And it's nice.
Yeah.
And I like it. It's different. It's a little uncomfortable because I didn't want to have to call you and be on the phone with you for an hour because I think about what you're doing. And I'm like, maybe he's got something to do today, or maybe you might not
I
want to
needed
talk.
some.
Even though I called you
I
anyway, and
have to do something.
I was like, come on, man, come on, man, give me a bone, man. And it's not that bad because we've been talking for an hour now, and at this point, now that I've been discussing or elaborating on the way that I think things need to be done or the right way they need to be done, and if there is a right or wrong way, and I told you I don't think there is because there's just a way to do it and a way to do it well. And there's a way not to do it, which is not doing it. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Just not doing it is how you not do it.
Yep.
You don't have to do anything drastic. Just sit there and it won't get done, And there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that if you want to. And I don't think it's wrong or right. It's just a way to do not doing things. And that's sometimes you need to not do stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's important to know how to not do things.
Yeah.
Because you'll end up doing stuff that somebody else is supposed to do.
I know. I'm not really filling my own shoes right now.
Right now?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, with this everything, really. You got your parents sick of you. What are you doing? Just sleeping in there. Ugh.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I know. But everything I have to do is some deadline for something else to do.
That somebody else has put on you.
Yeah.
Or a constraint or like a definition that needs to be fulfilled and upholded, a certain standard of ethical whatever.
Clinical. No.
That's a bunch of baloney.
It is, but I mean, it's kind of.
It's not the most baloney I've ever heard, but I mean, it certainly falls into the category of something that's not true.
I mean, it definitely hits me in a way where it's just like, I don't want to do nothing because it's like this.
Right. And it's because you're around those people that constantly pass judgment on everything that you do.
It's actually my own stuff.
Oh, I do that too.
You know what I'm saying? It's actually like, well, the things I have to do. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't really be sleeping for this long.
But what else are you going to do, right?
I guess.
I don't know. I I start thinking about things that I have to do and not doing them instead of doing them,
Yeah.
and you get tied up.
Yeah, until like it ultimate like the stress of like, oh, I should get up right now and doing. Ultimately, the stress
Yeah,
kind of puts you down.
yeah. Or you use that as an excuse. Either way, or either way, dude. Sleep is so much easier
Yeah,
than stressing out.
man, I sheets have never felt so comfortable. A bed when you're not sleeping and you want to go to sleep, you're kind of
Yeah,
tired and you're just like, man, this bed feels nice.
and you crawl in there and you're like,
Yeah, and then it's just like can't go to sleep. Mm-mm.
I get a little twitch in my leg, like my leg starts twitching, and that lets me know that I'm close to falling asleep, and I get anxious when that happens, and so it wakes me up.
Yeah,
Like I have so much trouble when I'm right on the verge of falling asleep. Like I have to distract myself with geometry in my mind or something mundane.
I make sequels to movies, man,
Like
and it takes
yeah,
forever.
or like
It's
yeah,
like maybe I have.
something that's
Yeah,
not important has to be something that's not pressing, like neither in the future nor the past, but right now. And then once you become present, you just drift off.
yeah,
I've heard that once you stop dreaming, that like eventually you run out of dreams because you dreamed all the dreams you're going to dream for your life, and you don't need to dream anymore. So you just quit dreaming and you get long, restful sleep instead of dreaming. So when you wake up, it's like you never went to sleep at all because it's the dreams that I remember when I wake up. I'm like, oh God. Ugh.
yeah. I had a dream yesterday today. It was the
What
SWAT
was
team
it?
coming to raid some house or something. My aunt's house. And I was like, yeah. I was
Yeah,
like, what the
across the
fuck?
street. Were you trying to
No,
get
by the
over
time
there?
I got up, I was like, fuck, this police are here, and I walked up, and I was like, he's like, oh, they were gonna gear up and do, blah, blah," and I was like, are you drunk?
Wait, this
Like, that's
happened
just
in
a
real
dream.
life? Or is that a dream? Oh, that's
He's like,
crazy, dude.
bullets, sweating. It woke me right up. So what? You're
Yeah.
drunk. Uh, uh,
I don't like being drunk anymore. So like in my dreams, I guess it's a
yeah.
punishment, or like it's like sometimes I'll be drunk in my dreams and I'm like, why am I drunk again? Like
I
I
know
know
I'm
I'm
not
not
drunk,
supposed to
right?
be drunk right now. And I knew that if I got drunk or if I am drunk, I'm not able to do things that I can do when I'm sober, like reach in my pockets, write with a pencil, use my cell phone,
Oh
talk
yeah,
to people. Like words don't even
real
come out. It's
PS1
just like
graphics.
oh bad.
Hmm.
Unrendered things are the worst because you know what they are and you know what they're supposed to look like, but they just won't render in your dream, and so they're useless. You
Oh, that's
try and
James
reach
Bond.
for them and they just clip right
You
through
just
them like
make
they're
believe.
not
Yeah,
even
that's
there,
James
you know?
Bond. It's GoldenEye. Those
What?
faces were terrible. It's like, oh, is this supposed to be James Bond? And it's how familiar it is. It's like, oh, that's my brother, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Like
yeah.
giant things like houses and airplanes and stuff, those are fine. But like little small stuff, like letters on a matchbook or the time on the phone or on a digital clock, you can't I can't do it. It's frustrating in the dream. And I know that if I can't read that stuff, it's an indicator that I'm dreaming. But I get so frustrated that I'm blinded to that recently. Like I haven't been able to lucid dream because I get so frustrated.
Very little times, yeah.
What?
That shit's only happened to me very little times. Lucid dreaming.
Where you get
No.
frustrated? Oh, lucid
Mm.
dreaming. Yeah. Because you get so caught up in your own like bullshit, for lack of a better term. I guess it's a combination of all the things that I get stuck with when I'm awake, and they culminate into one feeling in my dream.
I mean, are dreams ever even order like
Or like
that?
no, but there's symbolism in them. Symbolism that you can get from your dreams. Like if you look at it as like a metaphor or an analogy or even an allusion to what's going on in your life and the emotions that you've been feeling throughout your recent living experience, that's implemented into your dreamscape. Like